The views, information, and opinions expressed during the following program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views of Access Communications, its representatives, or its employees.
We're here with the Sask Ford Mercury show, and it's at the NW, and I'm with Fred Taylor, and he's got a 51 Ford convertible custom. Tell us a little bit about your car, Fred.
Okay, I've had it for just a little over a year. It was a car that I bought here in Regina. The gentleman that owned it before me passed away about 6 or 7 years ago, and I bought it from his widow. But originally it came out of Florida.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it then made its way into Canada up into the Maritimes.
Oh, wow.
And then Art had brought it over to Regina, probably had it shipped. And so he had it for several years. I bought it just the way it is.
So what color is the ragtop?
It's black with red piping, just like the tonneau.
Oh, really?
And it's a new top that was put on here by Car Tops right here in Regina. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, everything's pretty nicely done. You know, I got to give Art credit.
Well, crack open the door. Let's have a look at the interior. Yeah. Oh,
little bit of modifications.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that nice cloth that you have there probably wasn't quite what.
No, the seats.
But it actually works well. I like that.
Yeah, the seats and everything have been redone.
Guys are taking more and more liberties with cars, you know, they're having more fun with them.
Are they ever?
Yeah, because, you know, it's nice to restore it back to original, and I don't knock those people either because I love looking at them. But I also like it when guys play with it a little bit, you know, just have a little fun.
Well, this one
that door
has been changed to 12 volt, which is not unusual.
Yes.
It has electronic ignition, so it got rid of the old points and condenser and all that stuff. It actually has aftermarket air conditioning that probably was put on in Florida.
Yes. I can see that. I had that on a Ford truck one time.
And believe it or not, it has power trunk release.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see that work.
They did a good job of this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Look at this.
You got a little rubber.
Yeah,
that happens.
That's where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah, no. Look at that carpet in there. And it's got that, I forget what the terminology for carpet is.
Piping or whatever.
Piping or something. There's a name for that, though.
This little doohickey will go over top of when the spare
when the tire's out.
And I think this is probably an original tire.
Oh, do you think so? Oh, yeah. Hey, you still got the original.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Although it's got an electric fan.
Okay.
And watch your head on this because it drops down fairly.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
it's got a being the 12 volt.
I'm doing it again. So you got the alternator, and then you got your air conditioning.
That's your air conditioning compressor.
Yeah.
And the electric fan is here.
Oh, and then this is our oil filter up here.
Yeah. And that's
look at those. Almost looks like Avonhurst heads.
They are.
They
are. And the guy over there with the bucket car, he's Mr. Flathead. I said, did they do anything really? And he says, not really. I I was hoping it would be performance. And this thing actually has headers that were put on it as well.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
sorry.
got, because they only had single exhaust with a crossover pipe.
There's headers down there?
Yeah, they're
There they are. Look at
they're
that.
down in there,
Wow.
and then he's got
I
dual
could check.
exhaust.
I could check your oil. I'm so close now.
Yeah,
Well, the clean finish too. Look at the way they brought
Oh,
the
yeah.
red all the way down
Yeah.
in here and
yeah.
stuff.
And you
Oh,
know
it's
these
gorgeous.
paint jobs nowadays are super expensive if they do them right.
I know.
I had a '54 Lincoln that I bought out of Edmonton 2 summers ago.
Okay.
And the guy I sold it to is in Saskatchewan, and he actually had it in the Majestics this
Oh,
spring.
did he? Maybe I saw that car.
But the guy I bought it from in Edmonton, he told me he spent 20 grand on the paint job alone.
Yeah. Oh no, there's no limit. There's no limit. Okay, we're here with Verna Taylor, and she is the other partner to the our
Yes.
51 Ford
Yes, this is my vehicle.
guy. Okay.
It's a 1994 Mustang convertible,
Oh, nice.
and it was a birthday present from my husband in 2011.
Wow.
Yes,
Gee.
the ultimate birthday
A
present.
lot of girls would like that.
I think so, especially in
I
red.
bought my wife a Sunbird convertible one time. She still talks about it.
Awesome. Does she didn't keep it?
No, we sold it.
Oh. No, this is mine to choose as I feel. And
Oh,
I'm right now I'm
fantastic.
keeping it, and I store it in the winter, and I drive it on
So what do you
nice
like
days.
best about your Mustang?
I just like the way it handles. It handles really well, and I really enjoy top down in the nice days.
Oh yeah, and today's a great day for that. Well, thanks a lot, Verna. Really appreciate it. And it's good to it's good to see that Fords are in the family here, and this is a Ford show.
And we belong to the Saskatchewan Ford Mercury Club.
Very good. Hey, we're here with Love Day 2, and where's Love Day 1?
Right there.
You're Love Day 1?
I am.
And so you're grandma,
Yes.
and this is your granddaughter?
Right.
And who's the handsome gentleman beside you?
Larry Lee. My
Larry,
husband.
how you doing, Larry?
I'm doing good.
So, Love Day, tell us a little bit about this car. Who built this car beside us?
My grandpa.
And what is it? Do you know?
It's a 1930 Model A Ford.
Wow,
Yeah.
cool. So tell us a little bit about what you've done here with this car. Larry, sorry.
Yeah, well, it's a Chevy motor. It's a 454 Chevy out of a 1972 Capri.
Oh, this is the rat engine in there.
Well, you could call it that, yeah. And built the frame out of steel. Got the body from Saskatoon back in 2016. And it took 6 months to build, and retired mechanic.
Oh, mechanic, so
Yeah,
this makes sense.
Yeah, and so that's our little buggy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it says, does that say 1930 on there? Or?
1934, yeah,
Oh, 1934.
yeah.
So you found the body where?
In Saskatoon.
Oh, good. So do you enjoy cruising with Grandpa here?
I sure do. I do too.
Do you guys ever get to drive it, or is Grandpa the driver?
I get to drive it sometimes, yeah.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
good.
I haven't yet.
So what do you like best about the car?
I really just like the authenticness of it and how I really just prejudiced, but I love how Grandpa built it.
Oh, fantastic. So it took you 6 months to build this? Or?
6 months, yeah. 2016, 2017.
Okay. What's on the front then? What did you do there?
All the stuff here,
Yeah.
that's a kit that I bought from Speedway Motors in Lincoln, Nebraska, in
Okay.
pieces. So you buy it in a kit, and they mail it to you, right?
Mail it to you.
Yeah, they mail it to you. Yeah. And then I built the frame and stuff myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you got for a cooling rod there? You've got the old
That's-
Ford.
Yeah, that's the 1930 radiator, and that's still. And
But
I
you've
had
got-
it modified.
You modified it so
Yeah.
you've got a better cooling system.
That's right. Yeah.
There we go. Look at that. Nice little seats and everything too. What are those out of? The
That's,
custom order catalog kind
Well,
of thing?
no, they're from Princess Auto actually. They're tractor seats.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
They're cool. What have we got
Yeah.
we got all the plumbing back there. You got a Billy.
Well, that that is a tap. It's a draft tap that I bought, and then I mounted it on my gas tank. So it's not really booze. That's a gas tank. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
And that's an air tank. I converted into a gas tank.
Oh, is that what you did? Sure.
Yeah. So it's
sure,
an
I
air
can see.
tank, and it's 10-gallon air tank, and it's 10-gallon fuel tank now.
So you stripped out all the old upholstery and you painted everything flat black.
Well, it had no upholstery in it. This was
Okay.
nothing. All it was just a can. Nothing in it.
Nothing.
It was empty.
And so did you put this tonneau cover on it here?
Yeah, that's all custom too. Yeah.
So what do you got on it for rubber there? You've got, oh, closes nice, huh?
Yeah. Well, just your standard rubber I bought at Cal Tire. Not Cal Tire, I'm sorry.
So what kind of rims
Graham.
are those?
Those are Ford rims.
Ford rims. Okay.
These are off of Ford 1999 Ford Explorer. The rear axle, 3/4 inch axle out of a Ford Explorer. And I got these for Bucks Auto. And I got all the wheels on it to match, right?
Jeez, perfect.
And, yeah.
The time machine, what happened here?
So it looks like it's a time traveler kind of thing.
Oh, I love that. So the patina, what have we done here? What's?
Okay, that patina is just how you see it. It was rust, and I covered it with it's called a penetrol. So it's a kind of a clear coat lacquer.
Okay.
And I brushed that on.
Oh, you brushed that on?
Because it's a leveler. Penetrol is a paint leveler.
Penetrol, okay.
That they used in oil paint back when, if you're painting cupboards, they want it to look like spray. So they put this product in it and a level paint out.
Where did you find that penetrol?
At Cloverdale.
Cloverdale.
Yeah. Okay. It comes in a can, and so
you just brushed it on?
Just brush it on, went on just like ink. And it took about maybe an eighth of it, maybe a quarter of a can to do the whole
damn thing.
Yeah, it just covered up
it ends up with a really nice patina.
Yeah, it just seals that rust.
It almost looks like it doesn't. It looks like a spray job,
It does, but it's a leveler. And it just levels right out.
Like leveling cement.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And you did a little interior painting here on some of these door jambs.
Yeah, and make it kind of all blend together.
Some gauges and a little bit of dash work.
Right, yeah.
Where did the headlights come from?
They came from, actually a friend of mine, Larry Longmore. He picked them up at a garage sale and he gave them to me, or he sold them to me.
Are they 30s? Do you think they're?
I don't know what they're from.
Very close though.
I used to know because they had the labels on the top. Badges. Yeah.
Geez, it looks sturdy built too. That whole frame, really, everything's sitting in there pretty good.
Oh,
that rat's probably putting out what 350?
No, that motor's putting about 250 horsepower, but it's got a lot of torque. That's the stock engine.
Okay, so it's a workhorse engine.
It's a workhorse engine. It's not made for racing. It's just made for.
Well, for this thing, it'd be lots.
That's lots of power for this thing.
You could pull tree stumps down.
It had lots of power for that wagon was in, that's for sure. So.
Cool. Well, congratulations. Thanks for joining us on Cruising.
Thank you.
So we're here with Ron Prechat, and he's got a Minneapolis Moline. Now, what have we got here? Garden tractor? What is this?
It started out as a 1976 Murray garden tractor, and it was found at a farm auction, bought at a farm auction. Christopher bought it for $35 at a farm.
And who are these young gentlemen?
These are my grandsons. This is Christopher, and that's Cameron.
And you found it at the auction, Christopher?
Yeah.
Really?
And the auctioneer came around and was taking bids, and so I asked Christopher, is he interested in it? And he said yes. So I said, put up your hand. So he put up his hand, and the auctioneer looked at me, and I nodded, yeah. And so he ended up with this, and I said I was going to make a garden tractor, a Minneapolis mini tractor for him, and so here it is.
So tell me, why a Minneapolis Moline for you? Why that?
Because my first tractor when I started farming was in Minneapolis.
I kind of figured that.
And so I decided to build this with the same color, paint scheme, and everything else.
This is a replica kind of
It's
idea.
A replica of the original tractor.
Where were you farming?
White City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, it's...
you couldn't go back there and farm now. There's too many houses.
That's right, yes. Yeah. So anyway, it took a while to get it done, but it's been a project in the works for a few years, and we got it running. And
so tell me a little bit of the history of the Minneapolis Moline Tractor Company. Are they really from Minneapolis? Is that where they...
That's where they started their production, and they were in production for a number of years, and they merged with White Motor Corporation.
Okay.
White Motor Corporation had bought out Oliver, I think it was Aldous Chalmers, and so they had them under one big umbrella.
Oh, Aldous Chalmers, that was a big bite to take.
And they ended up calling them White Motors.
White Motors, I remember that. They even built trucks.
They did. It was a White Motor Corporation that was a truck company that decided to get into agriculture, so they bought out all these other smaller companies there.
Okay, so they're taking on...
I wanted this to look like a monster truck kind of thing there.
I get what you're doing.
If you have a look under the hood here.
Oh, look at that!
It's,
you got a good old Briggs & Stratton in there, yeah.
The paint scheme, of course, is the Minneapolis yellow, and the paint on the motor and the grill is the original brown that was in the Minneapolis. And I wanted to have the kind of the monster truck look there, so I fabricated some manifolds for it, and
oh my God,
and
you went all out for it here. Do you guys get to drive this tractor at all?
Yeah.
You do? Where do you drive it? Grandpa's farm.
Around our farm.
Around your farm.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So anyway, it's a project that we're having a lot of fun. The wheels that are on the back of it I made the adapters for it, but they are the rims that I had on the back of a '67 Mustang.
Okay.
They were widened, and so I made adapters for them, and then I got some 14-inch ATV tires and mounted on there. So the tires that are on the front of this were the original tires on the back. So, so it's swapped around, and
a lot of modifications here.
Yeah, quite a bit of work went into it.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's got a lot of oomph to it. How many horsepower is that, Briggs?
It's the original 11 horsepower.
No wonder it's got a bit of oomph then. So.
It has a pretty tall speed because the tires are on the back are a lot bigger than they were originally, and so you know it. If you're using it for mowing the lawn, you'd get that done in a hurry.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Hey, for those of you who saw our Melford show, we have a few extra interviews for you, so let us swing over to Melford again.
Okay, I met Tim last year at the car show. You're a homegrown boy.
Yes, absolutely.
And he's got and we've become Facebook friends, and just to watch what you do on Facebook with motors and stuff, like, it's amazing, man.
Yeah, you got to keep everybody entertained.
Yeah, no kidding. So we're standing in front of what? Tell me about it.
It's a 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30. It's been highly modified.
Highly modified, no kidding.
Just a little bit.
And how long have you had this car?
It's coming on about 3 years I've owned this car. I bought it out of BC, actually.
Okay.
Yep.
And what do you want to show us about it that's fairly special?
Oh, there's lots of special things, but the back tires are one of the nice ones.
Okay, let's go take a look at them.
Let's do it.
Okay, now what the heck?
They're the biggest Mickey Thompson radial tires they make. They're 33 tall by 22.5 inch wide by 15. There's some big boots.
Oh my God. So the police and you guys are friends?
Absolutely. Just got to behave every once in a while.
What other car are we looking at? How long have you been racing it?
Oh, I've had this car for about 8 years now, I do believe.
Okay.
It runs 10.6, 128 miles an hour. This year I should be able to get it hopefully into the 9s. We've upped the nitrous shot to a 250 and upgraded quite a few things, and yeah, she's going to go faster this year.
So what's the specialty going on here?
This is the Ugly Duckling. I bought this car for actually an 18-pack of beer, and I built it like 16 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's been with you since time?
Yes, it's been with me for a while, yep. It's a fun car. It's not much to look at, but it
it's
goes.
It's a Cutlass, isn't it?
Yep, 78.
78 Cutlass.
Yes.
Okay. And what does it do that's fairly special?
Oh, it's got a supercharger, nitrous on it. It's about 625 horse or something like that.
Oh my God, I don't even know what that means.
Means it's a lot of fun.
Well, I don't know. Are we allowed to start cars up here today or not?
Oh yeah, this one's actually the funnest sounding one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I got Mark here is willing to show us about his car that he has.
Thank you.
And what is it? Tell me all about it.
This is a 1968 Jaguar 420G. It's a 4.2 liter, 6-cylinder. It's a classic. It's a beautiful car.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car for sure. How long have you had it?
I've had this car for about 6 years. Friends of ours had one of these, and I carpooled with them when I was going to school.
Okay.
And ever since then, I fell in love with these cars. So when this one came up about 6 years ago, it was just a no-brainer. I just had to do it.
Yes.
Just one of the things we did, this is in memory, loving memory of a very fine gentleman. My father-in-law, Claude Bourgeois, died 4 weeks ago. The funeral's tomorrow.
Oh.
And he helped me with this car, helped me restore it, and get it back on the road. And this is his actual car that his son brought. And that's their car too. That's here for the show.
This is his car as well.
No, this is Claude Bourgeois' car.
Yes.
That's his
Your
car.
father-in-law.
Yeah, my father-in-law's car. He passed away.
Yeah.
So we came up here just to pay tribute to him. All original, wood, leather. We've got some walnut. We've got ash, and it's the original leather seating. But as you can see, it's suffered from a little bit of sun damage, which is what happens when it gets left out in the sun and the heat. It was luxury travel. This was top of the line back in the 60s. So these are the tray tables that come down.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Back in the 60s, you can't put this on air maybe, but back in the 60s you could have your gin and tonic while you were being chauffeured. Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, and thank you for sharing the whole story on this and and all the best to your family.
Thank you so much.
Ken here, and tell me about your car, man.
It's a 1966 Thunderbird. I've wanted one all my life since I was 14. I finally got it.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm 76 now, so it took me a few years to save my pennies.
How long have you owned the car?
I've just had it a few weeks.
A few weeks?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I have an older Thunderbird, but I wanted this one, so.
And the color is beautiful. Is it something?
It's called silver mink. It's the original color. It's a Ford original color. The Lincoln Continentals had that color, and the Thunderbirds had that color.
You know, the style, the uniqueness, like, they don't make them like that.
Just a beautiful car. All the lines are just perfect. Nothing's been changed. There's a couple little patches on the door, that's all.
Oh, yes.
The vinyl's the same.
Look at the wrap around the back seat.
It's just a four-passenger car, yeah, and a very comfortable wraparound seats.
Wow.
Yeah. And the 65s didn't have seat belts in the back, but the 66s do, so.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of unique. Yeah, I love that.
We have Kevin and the Super B and the Super B shirt. You are the owner.
Yes, yes I am.
How long have you been the owner of this car?
I've owned it for about 18 years, I think. The fellow I bought it from bought it new and drove it until 86 and then parked it in the bush, and that's where I got it.
Parked it in the bush?
Yeah. Well, I had to do a lot of work to it, but...
Did you?
It's been worth it. It's kind of a hobby.
Yeah, well, it always is, right?
Right.
And is this the original color?
Yes, everything's original. It's the way he bought it.
Okay.
In 1971.
Okay, very cool. What's the coolest thing you want to show us about on your car? What's under the motor? Did you do anything in there?
I had to redo the engine and transmission, and well, naturally all the body and stuff like that. Windshield, carpet.
And the inside you did it as well?
Yes.
Let's take a look in there.
You got to have patience, and lots of patience.
Oh, and a little bit of money.
And money too, yes.
Wow, look at the room in there, eh? Oh, and it's pretty well black. Now that's pretty, eh? Like a flat black.
Well, I was 19 years old when the car was new. I wanted one then, and I had to wait until I was 65 before I could buy it.
And that's okay. Little 8-ball, my God.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of fun. It's a hobby.
Yes. I have Ray Graves with me, and thanks for taking the time to tell me about your car. How long have you had this car?
About 15 years.
Okay, and what is it?
It's a 1948 Saratoga two-door sedan. Well, that is the condition that I got the car in 15 years ago.
Wow. That is a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
So did you tinker with this, or did you have somebody do it?
No, I did most of the work myself. I don't do the paint or the upholstery. And some of the specialized body work I had done commercially. And but the paint and the upholstery were done by professionals.
And the color, is that original color to the car?
Yes, it is. It's called meadow green.
Beautiful color, beautiful color. And the sidewall tires?
Well, they were pretty standard in those days.
It was, eh?
Yeah, they were. And they just seemed to set the rest of the car off quite nicely.
Love the seats are wool. Oh, and you got a tartan in here.
Well, this is a special tartan that Chrysler had woven for them in Scotland.
Wow. Isn't that?
Between 1941 and 1951.
Wow.
And in the tartan directory, it is shown as a Highlander plaid woven specifically for Chrysler of USA.
Wow. Look at this, eh? Woohoo! I gotta do that again. Oh, it's got harmony. Oh, look at this. So you said this was an 8 instead of a 6.
That's right.
So you made that choice to update that?
No, this is the way.
Oh, it was the way it was.
Nothing has been altered on this car from the way it came out of the factory, with the exception of the add-ons that I've put on.
Okay.
But they were authentic add-ons in Chrysler's option book when the car was new. But as far as the engine's concerned, it's just the way it came out of the factory.
What a project, like to pick up the car in the shape it was and then to find out everything that you wanted to make it, bring it back to life.
Yes, well, the car comes back to life the way you take it apart.
Okay.
So there's no mystery there.
Okay. Well, it's a beautiful car. Okay, so here we have Jim, and he's from the Melfort and District Museum, and he's going to talk about these vehicles here. So how are you tonight, Jim?
I am very good, thank you.
Awesome, and I'm glad that you took some time here to be the spokesman. Agreeably.
We do have lots of time here.
So tell me about the car, like the cars here behind you.
Well, the car here behind me was restored, I don't know how many years ago, by just quite a few volunteers at the museum.
Wow, isn't that good?
It is good. If you can show the picture, it'll show the dates and everything on it, and the guys did it just out of the goodness of their heart.
Very nice. And what year is that car?
1932, and it's a deuce, which is really rare.
And so the 1932 1.5 ton, tell me about that.
That belongs to Charlie Hopkins, and he restored it and he donated it to the museum. He was a longtime museum member, and he donated with the idea that we would keep it inside.
Well, it's a beautiful looking truck.
It is. It's very noisy, but it's a beautiful truck.
Well, they all had to be known and heard.
They had what you call straight gears.
Okay.
So they're noisy gears. They weren't beveled gears.
Okay.
So
what, are they grinding or are they?
No, that's just the way they are, because do you know anything about gears? Not likely. Okay, you do. Beveled gear, they're going to be running on an angle to the pulley.
Okay.
And the straight gears are straight across.
Okay.
And so you can hear them coming.
Okay. Okay. And I see it's got crushed velvet green in there, so that was an added touch.
There's a few things that he added to it. I don't know where he started with that vehicle. He had it for years. The box and everything, he made a wonderful job.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Well, it's good to see you guys out here, and thanks for your time.
You're more than welcome.
If you'd like to share your feedback on the program you just watched, contact us today